to our Shivarati, Maha Shivarati celebrations for this year. On this special occasion, you are in the right place. You could have been elsewhere, but as we say, due to your past actions, your karmas, you're here for a reason. So, blessings to you for being here. As you've witnessed just now, Chandresh got initiated, as we say. The technical term is Guru Diksha. So, he asked me to be his guru. I asked him if he was sure a couple of times. He said yes. So on this very auspicious occasion, you're very lucky to have your initiation on such a day like this. So Bhagwan Shankar's blessings on you. At this point, devotees, what we will do, how many of you have prepared yourself to do Shiv Puja tonight, to make offerings? Just let me see. Good. So what we will do at this point, you will come forward, you will Panit Atma perform Shiv Puja for you, and then you return to your respective place. While that is done, we will engage in some bhajan kirtan. Then let me lay out the procedure for the night. So we are going till midnight. Now, let me say this at the very start. Out of all of the days of the year and all nights of the year, this night is very special. Why? What is the reasoning behind it? Because tonight especially is primed for spiritual upliftment, for realization. It's not an airy-fairy sort of thing. It's not a magic thing. All it means is that given the positions of the planets, given nature itself, tonight has been found, the night of Mahashivratri, to be very conducive to spiritual development, spiritual realization. Suppose you say to me, Pandit Umesh, I don't care about spiritual realization. I just want things to go good for me. All right? Can't argue that. So if you want things to go good for you, pray tonight and it will go good for you. Or let me rephrase that. Whatever is for you will happen to you. Okay? But whatever way you want it, I want to issue a word of caution. Do not waste tonight. Do not waste it. Don't sleep away. Just treat it lightly. You're here to make maximum use of this. And we are building up to a particular time. Anyone want to tell me what that time is? The auspicious time. The Bindu, as it's called, where it's especially good. You could tap into the ground of being. Any takers? What time? 12 p.m. So we're aiming to build up to that time and we'll do a special practice then. All right? So the warning is this. You get out of it what you put into it. Remember I said before, life is not what you think it is. No matter what you do in life, you will always suffer. You will never be completely fulfilled. Whether you know it or not, what you want, what you're looking for, is this deep spirituality within. God, as we say, or self-realization. Same thing. If you want that, it is there for you. All you need is to put your effort. Are we clear? Okay. So, when we are doing our offerings, srotas come up, whatnot, when you sit there, what I don't want you to do is check your phone, pack away your phone. If you can't sit for a couple hours without your phone, well then something is wrong with you. See, people start to get jittery. You know who do that too? People on coke and drugs. Your phone is just like a drug. Now, saying that, I have mine here too, but I plenty tampura from it, right? So, forgive me for that. But unless you have to use it, put it away. What should you do? Remember, I said before, there are only 3 spiritual methods. 1, there is contemplation. 2, there is prayer. And 3, there's meditation. There isn't anything else. Everything else you do is just, to prime you. All the rituals and whatnot. So pick which one. Either you sing along and get yourself involved in that. You chant Om Namah Shivaya in your mind. You offer prayer. Or if you are so meditation inclined, sit quietly, visualize what you visualize, and, get into your meditation that way. But don't just sit down. You're not here for entertainment. This is not a spectator sport. We understand? Good. So what we will do at this point, we will begin our offerings and we will begin our bhajan kirtan. When the offerings are finished, then we will get into Shiv Katha. So last Sunday, we began this lengthy katha or story of Bhagwan Shankar with the death of Sati. You remember? I'll recap that and move on to this story of how Bhagwan Shankar got married to Parvati Devi, but more importantly, what that means to me. It's not like, you're watching a soap opera on TV. Oh, two people get married, that is nice. Why you should care? Well, you should care, and I'll tell you why you should care. Because it has to do with you. Okay? And when we get near to midnight, we will do our Havan, our final arti, and before closing prayer, we would spend some time doing a special practice there. I would do a special blessing, and then would end with the offering on the lingam of, if you have water, if you have milk, doesn't matter. You come up here one by one, you make your offerings on the Shiv Lingam, and that will bring our celebrations to a close for this year. Good? Acha. So, our srotas are invited. If once you have prepared yourself, you fasted, you have your prasad, come up and make your offerings one by one while we engage in bhajan kirtan. A final appeal, try to keep, the talking and the noise to a minimum. If you have to get up quietly and go to the bathroom or whatnot, no problem. But we don't want any sort of disturbance. Remember, everyone is trying to concentrate around. Okay? So nice and quietly, we move and do what we have to do. We'll begin this evening with the chanting of Sri Guru Stotram. For those of you who have been initiated and you have your Guru, I want you to concentrate on the form of your Guru. Otherwise, if not, concentrate on that form of Bhagwan Shankar, Lord Shiva. Hari Om Sri Guruve Namaha. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnana Shalakaya Chakshurang Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Sthavaram Jangamam Vyaptam Yat Kinchit Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Chidrupen Parivyaptam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tadpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sarvasruti Shiroratna Virajita Padam Bhuja वेदान्ताम्बुजसूर्यो तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। चैतन्यः शाश्वतः शान्तो व्योमातीतो निरञ्जनः बिन्दुनादकलातीतः तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। ज्ञानशक्तिसमारूढः तत्त्वमाला विभूषितः भुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदाता च तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। अनेकजन्मसम्प्राप्त कर्मबन्धविधाहिने आत्मज्ञानप्रदानेन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। शोषणं भवसिन्धुश्च ज्ञापनं सारसम्पदः गुरोपादोदकं सम्यक् तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं तपः तत्त्वज्ञानात् परं नास्ति तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। मन्नाथ श्रीजगन्नाथ मद्गुरु श्रीजगद्गुरुः मदात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुरादिरनास्तिश्च गुरुः परं दैवतं गुरो परतरं नास्ति तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। ब्रह्मानन्दं परम सुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वम् अस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विलम अचलं सर्वधि साक्षीभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। श्री गुरुवे नमः। बोले श्री गुरु महाराज की जय।
तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। गुरु माता पिता गुरु बंधु सखा, तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। प्रियतम तुम्ही प्रणनाथ तुम्ही, प्रियतम तुम्ही प्रणनाथ तुम्ही, तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। शक्ति हो तुम्ही, भक्ति हो तुम्ही, शक्ति हो तुम्ही, मुक्ति हो मेरे सांब शिवा। तुम्ही मुक्ति हो मेरे सांब शिवा। गुरु माता पिता चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। प्रेरणा तुम्ही साधना, तुम्ही प्रेरणा तुम्ही साधना, तुम्ही आराधना मेरे सांब शिवा, तुम्ही आराधना मेरे सांब शिवा। गुरु माता पिता गुरु बंधु सखा, तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। प्रेम हो तुम्ही करुणा हो, तुम्ही प्रेम हो तुम्ही करुणा हो, तुम्ही मोक्ष हो मेरे सांब शिवा, तुम्ही मोक्ष हो मेरे सांब शिवा। गुरु माता पिता गुरु बंधु सखा, तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। प्रियतम तुम्ही हृदयनाथ तुम्ही, प्रियतम तुम्ही हृदयनाथ तुम्ही, तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम, तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम।
सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन हे, परम दया घन पावन है। सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन हे,
सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन है,
सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन हे,
सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन है,
परम दया घन पावन है।
परम दया घन पावन है,
परम दया घन पावन है।
परम दया घन पावन है।
जन्म दुख विनाशन है,
जन्म दुख विनाशन है,
जन्म दुख विनाशन है,
जन्म दुख विनाशन है,
जगदोधारण कारण है,
जगदोधारण कारण है,
जगदोधारण कारण है,
जगदोधारण कारण है।
राम कृष्ण सनातन है,
राम कृष्ण सनातन है,
राम कृष्ण सनातन है,
राम कृष्ण सनातन है,
भव भय जलधि कारण है,
भव भय
भव भय जलधि कारण हे
भव भय जलधि कारण हे
सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन हे
सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन हे
परम दया घन पावन 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 हे
जन्म च दुख विनाशन 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 हे
जगदोदारण कारण हे
जगदोदारण कारण हे
जगदोदारण कारण हे
जगदोदारण कारण हे
हो राम कृष्ण सनातन हे
राम कृष्ण सनातन हे
ओ राम कृष्ण सनातन हे
राम कृष्ण सनातन हे
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 राम कृष्ण सनातन हे
राम कृष्ण सनातन हे
भव भय जलधि कारण 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 हे
सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन हे
सद्गुरु ब्रह्म सनातन हे
परम दया घन पावन 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 हे
बोले श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। We glorify Ganesh Bhagwan devotees. These kirtanam, the words are very simple, so you can listen carefully to what I'm singing and just repeat after me. Sing after me, of course. We are chanting the names of Ganesh. So, Om Maha Ganapati Namostute. We bow to that Maha Ganapati. Om Maha Ganapati Namostute.
Om Mahaganapati Namostute.
Om Maha Ganapati Namostute.
Om Mahaganapati Namostute.
Matanga Mukha Namostute.
Matanga Mukha Namostute.
Matanga Mukha Namostute.
Matanga Mukha Namostute.
Om Maha Ganapati Namostute.
Om Mahaganapati Namostute.
Om Maha Ganapati Namostute.
Om Mahaganapati
शिवगिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते
शिवगिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते
हे शिवगिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते
शिवगिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते
ओंकारीश्वर नमोस्तुते
ओंकारेश्वर नमोस्तुते
ओंकारीश्वर नमोस्तुते
ओंकारेश्वर नमोस्तुते
ओ महागणपति नमोस्तुते
ओ महागणपति नमोस्तुते
मातंगा मुख नमोस्तुते
मातंगा मुख नमोस्तुते
मातंगा मुख नमोस्तुते
मातंगा मुख नमोस्तुते
ओ महागणपति नमोस्तुते
ओ महागणपति नमोस्तुते
ओ महागणपति नमोस्तुते
ओ महागणपति नमोस्तुते
शिवगिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते
शिवगिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते
हे शिवगिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते
शिवगिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते
शिवगिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते
शिवगिरिजासुत नमोस्तुते
ओंकारीश्वर नमोस्तुते
ओंकारेश्वर नमोस्तुते
ओंकारीश्वर नमोस्तुते
ओंकारेश्वर नमोस्तुते
ॐ महागणपति 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 नमोस्तुते
ॐ जय 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 गणपति देवा
जय 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 गणपति देवा
ओ जय 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 गणपति देवा
जय 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 गणपति देवा
गजानना हे गजानना
गजानना हे गजानना
ओ गजानना हे गजानना
गजानना हे गजानना
ओ गजानना 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 हे गणपति देवा
गजानना हे गणपति देवा
ओ गजानना हे गणपति देवा
गजानना हे गणपति देवा
ओम जय 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 गणपति देवा
जय 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 गणपति देवा
ओ जय 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 गणपति देवा
जय 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 गणपति देवा
माता पार्वती पिता महादेवा
माता पार्वती पिता महादेवा
ओ माता पार्वती पिता महादेवा
माता पार्वती पिता महादेवा
गजानना 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 हे गणपति देवा
गजानना हे गणपति देवा
ओ गजानना हे गणपति देवा
गजानना हे गणपति देवा
ओम जय 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 गणपति देवा जय 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 गणपति देवा जय 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 गणपति देवा जय 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 गणपति देव ओ गणपति देवा
गणपति देवा
ओ गणपति देवा
गणपति देवा
ओ गणपति देवा
गणपति देवा देवा
ओ गणपति देवा।
गणपति देवा।
बोले श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय। दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी हो जय जय। दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी। दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी हो जय जय। दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी।
दुर्गा भवानी हो जय जय। दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी।
दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी हो जय जय। दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी।
दुर्गा
भवानी हो जय जय।
दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी।
संकट हरणी मंगल करनी।
संकट हरणी मंगल करनी।
संकट हरणी मंगल करनी।
संकट हरणी मंगल करनी।
प्रणव स्वरूपिणी माता हो जय जय।
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 दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी जय जय।
दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी
हो जय जय।
दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी जय जय। दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी।
दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी हो जय जय। दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी।
दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी हो जय जय। दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी
हो जय जय। दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी जय जय।
दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी
हो जय जय। दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी। बोले श्री आदि शक्ति दुर्गा माता की जय। I believe the puja has been finished. Good. Okay, devotees, at this point, we will do mantra jap. One mala of the mantra Om Namah Shivaya followed by Swaha. Before doing it, we must understand what we are doing. So, a mantra is for who? Who is the mantra for? For you. Man means mind, tra means tool or technique. So mantra, when you chant it, it helps you. In the simplest terms, it helps your mind. Okay? It helps to settle your mind and it acts on your own body-mind system. Okay? The vibration of that mantra. Okay. What is the mantra, Lord Shiva? It is Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. There are 5 syllables, so it's called the Panchakshar mantra, 5-syllable mantra. Okay? Now, what is happening here? What is the technology behind this? From a yogic point of view, it moves energy from lower down in your spine to higher up. I'm putting it very simply for you. So what I'm trying to say is, if you don't say the mantra properly or you don't do it right, then things could go a little wayward for you. We don't play games with these things. You understand? But if you do it in the right way, it could have tremendous benefit for you. Everybody with me? All right. Step 1, sit straight. Keep your spine straight up. Step 2, Take your hands, place them on your lap, either like this or together like that. Good? Keep your spine erect. Good? If you're on a chair, it's fine. If you're on the ground, it's fine. The important thing is to keep the spine erect. Okay. Now, let me hear you say the mantra. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha, because we're doing Havan. Let me hear you say it. Now, it is important also that we say it together in one voice as a group. It is recommended on these special occasions that we come together. Yes, you could be home alone, but when you come together as a group, you all know what resonance is? Anybody in physics? You know what resonance is? You have a wave, you put another wave of equal frequency and amplitude, it doubles, right? It builds. So we want one voice to resonate. As we do the Havan, Chandresh is going to offer a bit of ghee in the fire. Now you are not offering ghee in the fire, so what do? Either you close your eyes, well, I shouldn't say either, I want everybody to close your eyes, but not fall asleep. Okay? So close your eyes, you're going to chant the mantra Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Panit Atma will check for us, we do it 108 times. But what do you have inside your head? That's the important thing. How do you feel? So what you need to do, you chant the mantra Om Namah Shivaya. Either you visualize in your mind the Shivlingam, the form of Lord Shiva, or just focus on the sound itself. Everybody with me? Okay, we try to do it correctly, right? Even the children that are here could do it as well. All right? So we are saying Om Namah Shivaya Swaha 108 times. Sit up, everybody. We are about to begin. Take a deep breath in first and out slowly through your mouth. This is to quiet your mind down a bit. Again. Out. One more time. In and out. Eyes closed. We begin. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. बोले श्री उमापति महादेव की जय. Now devotees, let us glorify Bhagwan Shankar through bhajan kirtan. Try to follow along with me as best as you can. Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hare Hare Bhole Namah Shivaya.
Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hare Hare Bhole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya.
Gangadhara Shiva Gangadhara, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya.
Gangadhara Shiva Gangadhara, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya.
Gangadhara Shiva Gangadhara, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya.
Gangadhara Shiva Gangadhara, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya.
Jatadhara Shiva Jatadhara, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya.
Jatadhara Shiva Jatadhara, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Jatadhara Shiva Jatadhara, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya.
Jatadhara Shiva Jatadhara, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya.
Vishweshwara Shiva Vishweshwara, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya.
Vishweshwara Shiva Vishweshwara, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya.
Vishweshwara Shiva Vishweshwara, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya.
Vishweshwara Shiva Vishweshwara, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya.
Yogeshwara Shiva Yogeshwara, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya.
Yogeshwara Shiva Yogeshwara, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya.
Yogeshwara Shiva Yogeshwara, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya.
Yogeshwara Shiva Yogeshwara, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya.
Nagesh Nageshwara Shiva Nageshwara Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya.
Nageshwara Shiva Nageshwara Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Nageshwara Shiva Nageshwara Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya.
Nageshwara Shiva Nageshwara Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya. Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya.
Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya.
बोले श्री उमापति महादेव की जय. We'll now continue, devotees, from where we left off last time. So for the benefit of those of you who weren't here, let me quickly recap. I am taking this story from a particular scripture which is known as Sri Ramcharitamanas. So have we all heard of the Ramayana? That's the story of Prince Ram, Sri Ram, Sita Devi, that entire thing. We all know of it. There are different versions of this particular story written by different authors, the original author being Valmiki, that was written in Sanskrit. This version was written by Tulsidas in the language of the common man, which is known as Awadhi. So those of you from Trinidad would know, I shouldn't leave out Tobago, you know. Trinidad and Tobago would know, and other Caribbean islands, that well, we are known as Ramayana country because when our ancestors went to Trinidad, they brought this book with them and held on to it very tightly, among others, of course, but the Ramayana became very popular. Now, we have various stories from the Puranas, as they are called, of the divine. Quick quiz. Sanatan Dharma. How many gods do we have? One. So you might say, Pandit Umesh, if we have one, then what is all of that? Now, that one God, you remember a couple Sundays ago, I defined God for you in Sanatan Dharma. The word God is not a Hindu word. The word for God in Sanatan Dharma, Hinduism, is Brahman. Say it after me. Brahman. And what does Brahman mean? I told you, remember my belly. The vast. The vast. And almost like a mathematical proof, we unpacked the definition of that Brahman. You remember? Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. Brahma means the vast Brahman, and then Anantam, without limit. And we spoke about different kinds of limits, almost like calculus, right? Limits. Limits of three kinds. Limit of space, limit of time, and limit of object. So the question to you is, what is this Brahman we are talking about, the vast, that is not limited in space? Something that is not limited in space means it is everywhere. Something not limited in time means it is everlasting. And something not limited to just one object, it means it is, well, everything. You can wrap your head around that. So therefore, what happened is that we call this Nirgun Brahman, that Lord without qualities, pure consciousness. So I'm sure you've heard this term, Satchit Ananda. You've heard that before? God is referred to as Satchit Ananda. Sat means existence. Chit means consciousness. Anand means bliss. So that Supreme Lord is Satchit Ananda. Complete bliss. It is consciousness, awareness, pure consciousness, awareness itself. I'm not saying it is your consciousness, eh? Well, partly, but maybe I'll explain that another time. Right? And pure existence itself, being itself. People can't understand this. So then what do we have? We have, coming a level down, Saguna Brahma, that Brahman with qualities. In other words, we take that vast Brahman and we personalize it. Is that correct? No. Personify it. Personalize means something different, like your phone, you get a new phone case, right? Personify it. So personify, what does personify mean? To take something that you can't understand and make it into a person. Now, a person could be a man or lady, right? Or, well, these days, something, right? Something on the spectrum. So, person. Therefore, that same one Supreme, we can relate to that Supreme Lord via a particular personification, a relationship. Now, why in Sanatan Dharma we have this, wide range of different forms? Same one God, but why we have different forms? Well, we like what you call specialization. So you go by what is it called? PCP, right? In Trinidad you call it the GP, your doctor, but you need specialist help. So when you need to see about your heart, where you go? Cardiologist. He knows about the heart, will help you with that. If you need to see about your eyes, where you go? If you need to see about your brain, where you go? Your psychologist, psychiatrist, neurologist, right. So for us to understand, we have these different forms and representations of that one Supreme based on what we want, what we need. You understand? So Diwali time, who everybody praying to? Right. Is Lakshmi the same as that Supreme Brahman, Supreme Lord? Yes. But what everybody want around Diwali time? Prosperity, everybody want money, wealth. Now Lakshmi doesn't mean that, eh? But anyway, people want to pray, we call this God for my life. Right? Everybody, you come to religion, why are you here? Why are you here tonight? Because you feel there's something good to do. Because you will benefit somehow, not so? God for my life. I want God to solve my problems. But the enlightened ones, you know what they do? The enlightened people, they talk about my life for God. Switch around totally. You see, we all think like a service. We are custom in society. You have somebody to help you build your house. You have somebody to help you do your taxes. Right, Auntie Vindra? You have somebody, some service. So you treat God like a service too. You have God to help me when I have trouble. When worldly things do work, God will help me with that. That is a very ABC, kindergarten-y understanding of what God is. But nothing is wrong, You have trouble, pray. Pray. But prayer doesn't mean to beg, So when I tell you pray to Lord Shiva, what do you do? Oh God, I have so much trouble, my knee hurting. You can stop my knee from hurting, please. It's so bad. If your knee hurting, go and see the... Which one? The orthopedic maybe, right? Right? Yeah, don't come by me. I'm hit it a kick and see if it's straightened out. You understand the point I'm trying to make? So these forms here are representations of that one Supreme. So you can pick anyone. You can pick anyone. We have the concept of what we call Ishta Devata, your preferred form of God. Which is yours? So let me take a little survey. How many of you like to think of that Supreme Lord as Lord Shiva? And maybe like in a father figure. Raise your hand, let me see. Okay. Now look at the choice. Ladies, I can't say ladies, men too. If you go in a shoe shop and they only have one brand of shoes, you're vexed. Right? How they can only have one brand of shoes? You have no choice. Suppose you can't relate to God like a father. Suppose your father was a bad man, or he just wasn't there, but you could relate to mother. Then, fine, Sanatan Dharma says, you could think of the Lord as the divine mother, Devi, Shakti. Okay? Suppose you can't do that. You could relate to God like a friend, like Sudama, Brahman, and Krishna Bhagwan. Or even like a child, like, give me an example. Sri Krishna and, who's Sri Krishna's? Yashoda, Maya. Or Sri Ram, who's his mother? Good, Kaushalya, right? So in that form you could worship. You understand? You have a choice. But keep in mind, don't be fooled that it is all one thing at play here. Understand? Now, all of this is still background, right? I haven't hit the story yet. The last thing I want to say, you remember I said the big thing in Sanatan Dharma, the bombshell is this. You should say, Pandit Umesh, that is nice, but why should I care? Why should I care? Because our scriptures tell us this big bombshell statement, Tat Tvam Asi. What does that mean? Tat means that God, the God of religion. Tvam means you, each person. Tat Tvam Asi. Asi means the same thing. The statement is from the Vedas, Tat Tvam Asi. You are that. The scripture is crazy. Akash, you feeling like Brahman today, boy? You're feeling like God today? Now we must understand what it means. Not I, the individual, I am God like that. No. I believe the term for that is it megalomania? Or something like that, where, you're full of yourself and you think you're God, right? Like Hiranyakasipu and Ravan and these people. Not like that. It means at your deepest core, what you are, the pure awareness inside of you, inside every person, is the same pure awareness outside of you, is the same everywhere. Is that Brahman? That Brahman is Shiva. That Shiva is you. Now, many people can't understand this. When you do understand it, that is what is called realization, nirvana, moksha, what we're all searching for. You with me? But till that time, what you do? You can't understand it. Think of that Lord as being personified as a separate form there as Shiva. Tonight we worship Shiva. But any form that works for you. You understand? Now, Sanatan Dharma, Hinduism, we treat you like mature people. We give you a choice. Some other religions, and it's easier to do this, just say, do one thing. God is Father and that is it. But if you can't relate to that, is there no other way? You have a choice. But don't get lost in what we call the paradox of choice, which is when you have too much choice, you're going to a restaurant and the menu is about 10 pages long, you don't know what to take. You don't know what to eat. That's called the paradox of choice. Pick one and start. What is my relationship with God? Start there. And then you move on to other levels, higher levels. Good? Okay. Now, that is the background. We have scriptures like the Sri Ramcharitamanas, the Puranas, they give us stories. These stories are not meant, well, this is my view, to be anything historical really. We don't care about that. They are meant to illustrate a point to everybody. And to illustrate this point, the sages use the various devatas and devis that we have with various stories. You understand? The activities to illustrate something to us. So we're not going to argue about which God do what and which God do like this God and all kind of thing. That is a bunch of nonsense. All right? We're not focusing on that. What we are going to do is we're going to take this story and ask, how does this apply to me? What does it have to do with me and my own spiritual development? Everybody with me? Good. So this story we're talking about, this entire thing is what we call the marriage of Lord Shiva and Parvati Devi. Okay? And so it's a long story. We'll dip into various parts given the time that we have. Right? So now it's 9:56. We have roughly an hour and a half. Right? I thought we'd have more time because we could go whole night, Right? Ramayana is a big book. But some people watching me hard already. Right? You're looking like you want to conk out. So don't worry. We'll finish by 12. But the little attention that you pay, I want you to give it 100%. Tonight is the night. Not 95%, 99%, If you could give it 110%, give it 110. Try to keep it there, your focus, right? Sorry to say the phone's damaged its focus, By the time 5 minutes pass, you're itching to check your Facebook and whatnot. No, no, no. Don't do it. Phone's spoiling your minds. All right? So try to keep that focus there. Listen to what I'm saying and try to imbibe it into you. There's a special blessing that comes with these, kathas. Okay? All right. Just before I start, let me ask, how many of you are married? How many of you, were married and separated and whatnot? All right. Not a problem. Not a problem. We all go through this, right? I just want you to know whether you're married or not, whether you have a partner or not, you are okay on your own. Believe you me, you are okay on your own. You are complete as you are. If you feel you need somebody else to complete you, you like to say, oh darling, you complete me. A bunch of nonsense. Nobody completing anybody else. That is just old talk. You understand? Our scriptures don't say that. Your spouse, your loved one is like a friend. Sometimes the friendship works, sometimes the friendship sour. But you know what? You tell me this. You could control anybody else? No. No, you can't. So if you have a good relationship, you're lucky, good. It lasts. But as I keep saying, I see down upon it, everything comes to an end. Everything is for a time only. So even your spouse, you can't control. Actually, your spouse gives some good headache sometime, not so? I'm not saying you are, I'm saying I give you headache, right? Yes. I have to be careful what I'm saying. Now, those of us who are in relationships, who had relationships, we could understand this. Bhagwan Shankar was first married to Sati. This is the backstory. Her name was Sati. Sati had a particular kind of mind. Remember the story? They were in the forest. Bhagwan Shankar told her, look, Sri Ram. He bowed to Sri Ram. But Sati didn't believe that was that supreme in that form. She had doubt. Based on that doubt, she came back to Lord Shiva. And when he asked her, did you go to Sri Ram? What did you do? What she said? She told a lie. She said, no, I just bowed and I came back. It was a lie. Right? Prabhu Sri Ram saw straight through her disguise. You're not good to disguise. You're not good to pretend to be who you're not. Right? So that happened. And then as the story went on, we know that Sati's father, Daksh, he was having a yagya. In the past, he slighted Bhagwan Shankar. And so, there was a little tension in the family there. So we all know family tension, right? Some families have, the bigger the family, more tension. Nani, your family have tension? Sure, right. But you handle it, right? We try to work out the tension, good. Some families like to work out tension with cutlass and thing. This is Trinidad. Don't recommend it at all. All right? And that's a different katha. We're not going to get sidetracked tonight. So family relationships, we try to make it work. And if you can't make it work, what to do? Go and fight? Keep your distance. Keep your distance. All right? Everybody, peace of mind. So, Daksh was having this yag, but Sati Devi happened to see on Mount Kailash with Lord Shiva. So imagine sitting home and you see a bunch of people passing. You say, hey, where are you going? They say, oh, your father having something. And you didn't get invited. How you'll feel? Sati said, you know what? I wasn't invited because of my husband, Bhagwan Shankar and I. We didn't get invited to this, but I still want to go. It is said one could go to one's father's home, one's guru's home. Remember I read this last time? At any time. But if you have strained relationships, then don't go. Unless you have a invite. And I would say, even if you have an invite, still hold back a little bit. Think carefully whether you should go. Because you don't want to have a fight off, right? Okay. Sati Devi went. She saw that nothing was prepared for Bhagwan Shankar. She became angry. And she said, you know what? I cannot remain in this form. And what she did, she kindled a fire from within. And she burnt herself on the spot. So in India, there's this practice called sati. You've probably heard of it. Where ladies burn themselves. Well, this is where it originated from. Because Sati burnt herself. So she burnt herself and saying, you know what? I cannot be with Bhagwan Shankar in this form that my father has given me. So I burn myself. But she will come again as Parvati Devi. Good. So I asked you last time, what does this mean to you? Right? And what was the interpretation I gave? Anybody remember? So in you, right now, some of you maybe, Sati is what we called, let's call it like this, the impure mind. Your impure mind. Right now, you're filled with some doubt. You try to act within reason, within your dharma, tell the truth and whatnot, but sometimes you bust a lie. Not so? Now, don't say no inside of here, no, because you're lying. Why you tell a lie? Not for some advantage for yourself or to save some face. Akash, you go and you buy 5 doubles, boy, and you come back home. Mara say, oh, you buy doubles? No, I didn't buy doubles. But you already buy doubles and eat all in the car because you're feeling hungry. I just use an example, right? You have to save face now. It's not good to lie. Okay? But we have these impurities in us. So, you know when we say impure mind, we all have impure minds. That is represented by Sati. What has to happen is Sati has to burn herself. Whenever you have fire in these stories, fire represents what? Fire represents a transformation. Something is burnt and something else comes out. Not so? So this fire is what I would interpret as karma yoga. To get rid of this impurity in you, all of your lust and anger, hatred, greed, jealousy, these things we have, this pettiness inside, we have to do service, karma yoga. That helps purify the mind. We act in the world, but try to dedicate everything to God, not for our own advantage. Okay? You see, devotees, when everything is about you, you suffer the most. I'll say that again. When everything is about you, you suffer the most. I'll let that marinate a little bit. But when you think about others and try to help others, a lightness dawns on you, a freedom. It's less about you. Not my happiness, but the welfare of others. Okay? So this is what we will call, let me put it simply, level 1. So the Sati-Shiva relationship. Sati was burnt, and now she was reborn in the house of Himalaya. Himalaya is the Himalayas. What is it? What are the Himalayas? A mountain. So if you try to get technical, but Pandit Umesh, how come the mountain could have a baby? Is a nonsensical question, right? That is not the point. It represents something. So Himalaya had a little baby. We have many little babies around, right? So a nice little baby, Parvati Devi. They call her Parvati. Why? Parvat means mountain. So Parvati means daughter of the mountain. Should I call it Umeshi instead of Vaishnavi? No? Don't like that? No, she don't like that. All right. So Parvati was born. And she grew up beautiful, wonderful child. Wonderful girl child. Okay? So she grew up, and from a young age, what did she have? She had this devotion, this love for Lord Shiva. Of course, carried over from being Sati before. Okay? Now, this is a long story, so what we're going to do is little, what's the word? Vignettes, right? Little snapshots in between, right? To make the story short, because I'll focus on where I want to focus on. So, as the story goes, Narad Muni came and, told her future. People like to know what's going to happen to them in the future. Not me, as a non-fortune telling pundit. That's me. I like to take life a step at a time. Don't tell me what's going to happen, and I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen either. Pray to God. Right? Step at a time, deal with things as they come. But Narad Muni came and told her that you are going to get married to Bhagwan Shankar. Let me make it simple. Right? The story is a little more complex than that, but let's make it simple. So the parents at first were a little agitated, but then, they came around, especially the father. And Parvati Devi went off to perform tapasya, to worship Bhagwan Shankar. So Parvati Devi, she went off by herself, and she prepared herself in a nice quiet place, and she, found a nice seat. She would worship Bhagwan Shankar, chant his name, fast, of course, just like what we are doing here. Yes? So, in this way, she spent a very, very long time in the worship of Lord Shiva, in the worship of Bhagwan Shankar. I'll break up the talk a little bit, devotees, with bhajan kirtan in between. Remember, don't sleep away, right? So sing. Imagine yourself now. Follow along with this story. Parvati Devi is there, alone in the forest. Imagine you're alone in the forest. And if you're frightened, don't do it then. Imagine it in a house. And You're concentrating on Lord Shiva, Bhagwan Shankar, pouring your heart out. How would you do it? Parvati Devi prayed. We join together. Jai Shiva Omkara, Jai Jai Hare Shiva Omkara.
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 Brahma Vishnu Sada Shiva,
Brahma Vishnu Sada Shiva,
Brahma Vishnu Sada Shiva,
Brahma Vishnu Sada Shiva.
Har 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 Mahadeva,
Har 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 Mahadeva,
Om Har 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 Mahadeva.
Har 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 Mahadeva.
Jai Shiva Omkara, Jai Jai Hare Shiva Omkara.
Jai Shiva Omkara, Jai Jai Hare Shiva Omkara.
Brahma Vishnu Sada Shiva,
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 Brahma Vishnu Sada Shiva.
Har 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 Mahadeva,
Har 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 Mahadeva,
Om Har 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 Mahadeva.
Har 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 Mahadeva.
Jai Shiva Omkara, Jai Jai Hare Shiva Omkara.
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 And so devotees, Parvati Devi prayed. Now, as the story goes, to cut the long story short, the 7 sages, Saptarishi, were sent to test her. And they said to Parvati, "What you doing, little girl? Why are you wasting your time?" So we all have family or friends, partners. Where you going temple for? You're wasting your time. Why you going there and say, "Come, let me go take a little drink now. Let me go to the restaurant tonight." Or the weather set up, we're feeling cold. Let's not go temple today. They brought these arguments out to Parvati Devi saying, "Little girl, Bhagwan Shankar, he's an aghori, a madman. Look at him. In the forest, a yogi. What does he have? He doesn't have anything. What kind of life he could give you? Why are you so hell-bent on getting married to Bhagwan Shankar?" Parvati Devi, of course, could not be swayed. She said, "No, no, no. No, no, no. This is what I want. You cannot sway me from this path. I want Bhagwan Shankar, Lord Shiva alone. And you cannot make me change my mind." She was very firm, very, very firm in her resolve. And so the Saptarishi were very pleased. They informed everyone and they informed Bhagwan Shankar as well. It was a test, right? That Parvati, of course, is that divine mother in that form. She is perfect for Bhagwan Shankar. And so they informed Bhagwan, Lord Shankar, Lord Shiva of this. And Lord Shiva was so ecstatic, guess what he did? He didn't go out for a drink with the boys. What he did, so ecstatic, wonderful, pleased with Parvati Devi, Bhagwan Shankar went into dhyan, samadhi, lost in concentration in himself. Lost, totally lost. And so Parvati Devi now, imagine the scenario, went back home, waiting to get married to Lord Shiva. Bhagwan Shankar, there in samadhi, sitting like this, not a budge. And he not praying like we in the temple here, you know. It was that over there. Everybody turns to and look. It have nothing, right? I just saying he easily distracted. Bhagwan Shankar, if he concentrating you in temple praying, any kind of noise, whatever, doesn't matter. You lost within yourself. Okay? In deep concentration, meditation, samadhi. What to do, what to do, what to do. Anyone knows what they did? All right. So this is a nice little story here, right? You've probably heard this. But while you hear it, I want you to think very carefully about, what it means, what it really means. Now, the Devatas decided, Brahma, Vishnu, we need to get Bhagwan Shankar out of this thing. How somebody in Samadhi could get married? You have to come down to worldly awareness, to have your wedding and whatnot. So what could we do? What could we do? They tried different things and it didn't work until finally they hit upon a plan. Listen to this plan. They went to Kamdev, the god of love. The god of love. Right? They went to Kamdev, the god of love. The consort of Kamdev, her name is Rati. Right? So, let's put it simply. The god of love. And by love, I mean not love for humanity and thing. I'm talking about amorous kind of love. We all know what you're talking about, right? So they said, you know what? Kamdev, we want you to go and distract Lord Shiva, Bhagwan Shankar. Now Kamdev thought to himself, I wonder what to do here. So what did he do? So there are various dohas and chaupais. I wouldn't sing all of them. Normally we sing the chaupais and dohas. I wouldn't go all of that because we wouldn't have enough time. I'll read some, maybe sing one quickly in between, right? So, what did Kamdev do? Tulsi Das writes, Sakala kala karikoti bidhi, harev sena sameta, chalina achala samadhi shiva, kopeyu hridaya niketa. Kamdev tried every trick that he knew about to disturb Lord Shiva, to bring him down from Samadhi. So imagine Bhagwan Shankar on Mount Kailash sitting there in deep meditation and you try and distraction. You go, hello, hello. Lord Shiva didn't wake up. You go, come on, dude, come on. Pop, 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 pop. Nothing. So Kamdev and his army, nature started to blossom. People like to see nice things, hear nice things, touch nice things, eat nice things. So in the atmosphere around, beautiful, nice time, it brings about a feeling of love. Nothing doing. Bhagwan Shankar not budging at all. Bhagwan Shankar eyes open here, but imagine eyes closed, not moving at all. Right? So Lord Shiva sitting there. And so Kamdev now, imagine you trying to get this man to wake up and he not waking up. Trouble. He got angry, furious. And so, what did he decide to do? देखी रसल बेतप बरसाखा तेही पर चढ़ेयु मदनु मन माखा सुमन काप निज सरस मधाने अतिरिसता की श्रवण लगिताने अतिरिसता की श्रवण लगिताने. He saw a beautiful mango tree, and the mango tree have branches, right? So let me ask, how many of you here ever climb a mango tree? What happened to the rest of, what kind of tree will you climb? When you're small, it's a tamarind tree. When you're small, you're supposed to climb trees, right? I climb a little tree, a little path. Not the whole thing, because I'm afraid heights. So he saw a beautiful tree, he went behind the mango tree, he climbed up behind it and he was frustrated. Now Kamdev, you all know Cupid. And it was Valentine's Day yesterday. Right? So happy Valentine's Day. We're talking about the Indian Cupid. Right? Kamdev. Kamdev, just as Cupid, he has these arrows. arrows with flowers on it and a bow. So they say, when you get shot with an arrow, you see the love hit you, right? Cupid hit you the arrow and you get bazudi, right? And you fall for somebody. Yeah, no. And then 10, 15 years later, you watch and you regret. You're like, what I married here, boy? But at that time, it fooled your head bad, right? Or you're lucky yet, or you're still in first few years. You get fed up with each other yet, right? All right. So I like to choke all, but they take it good. That's why I like to harass Akash and Mala. All right. So Kamdev now, what did he do? He took his bow. Remember, he's frustrated, so he hiding behind this tree. He took 5 arrows out. These arrows had flowers on them, representing, I will tell you what, later on. 5 arrows, put them on the bow, and he let it loose straight at Bhagwan Shankar. These 5 arrows hit Lord Shiva on his chest. And now, of course, you could be in Hamad and if an arrow hit you, or if you're in Trinidad and a bullet hit you, right? You must wake up, you must budge. And so Bhagwan Shankar was shaken out of samadhi. And he opened, you think he was happy? No, he was agitated. He woke up, came out of samadhi, angry, very angry. Started to look around like this. Who shot me? Who shot me? Now, poor Kamdev playing hide and seek. So imagine this is the branch, Kamdev ducking. We want to duck and hide, thinking that God can't see her. Kamdev hiding now behind the tree, fingers crossed. Bhagwan Shankar devotees, Lord Shiva is said to have 3 eyes. The 3rd eye represents a vision beyond normal vision. I can't see behind that wall, but that Lord sees everywhere because he's everywhere. So Bhagwan Shankar knew it was Kamdev. And when he realized it was Kamdev that shot these 5 arrows at him, what he did, he opened his 3rd eye and looked directly. Whether behind a tree or not, it doesn't matter. And as an analogy, Lord of the Rings, the eye of Sauron watching people from wherever and thing, right? Okay, similar story. The eye, 3rd eye, focused on Kamdev, and in one shot, guess what? Kamdev was burnt to ashes. Immediately burnt. God of love gone. Everybody, Maha, everybody was upset. The gods alarmed. But they say here, the demons were glad. And, you know who was glad too? All the saints and sages. You know why? One of the most difficult things to overcome, devotees, in this world is this attraction to another person. Love, lust. It's a base instinct, of course, but very difficult to overcome. How many times you read about some Swami here, big time Swami here, they're meditating for years and then all of a sudden he run away with somebody's wife. Not so? Always some story. Just wait and you hear some story. Why is that? This power, devotees, of lust, of calm. This is why we say, God, I'm not strong enough for that. I pray to you, Lord Shiva, protect me from all these things. I'm weak. We're all weak. Okay? So Kamdev is burnt up now, and the ascetics, the sages were glad, but, when the husband does stupidness, who's have to go and beg for him? The wife. Most times. Right? If it's a good wife. So, Rati, Kamdev's wife, well, first of all, think like an Indian movie here. When she heard her husband was burnt to ashes, she fainted away. You know how in the Indian shows, if they faint away, they don't have to do nothing to faint away. I saw one clip where this, just let me say this one. One clip where this girl was so upset, she run in the corner and wrap up herself in the curtains and start to choke and thing. She do all that herself, eh? I got one there. I say, well, look at nonsense here. Nobody do she anything. She run in the curtain and, all right. So, Rati faint, but she had a good reason to faint. They revived her and whatnot, and then what she did, she came before Bhagwan Shankar, and she bowed before him and said, "O Lord, you are easily pleased. Please forgive my husband." And she explained the story. Lord Shiva Kamdev was there to bring Bhagwan Shankar out of this state. Nobody was brave enough to do it. Kamdev tried, and look what he had to do. He paid the penalty, burnt the ashes, so now she was left without a husband. And then what did Bhagwan Shankar say? He said, Abate rati tava natha kara, hohi namu anamangu, binu bapu byapihi sabahi, punisuru nija milana prasangu. O Rati, from now on, your husband will be ananga, which means bodiless. So you can't see him, but he all over. And he shall dominate all of those, even those, well, all those people all around the world, even though he does not have a body. Now hear how you shall meet him again. He said, when Sri Krishna becomes incarnate in the family of the Yadus, then your Lord Kamdev shall be born again as his son Pradyumna. My words shall not fail. My words are true. And so, devotees, this is how, in this incident, Kamdev, that god of love, lost his physical form, became like a ghost, hidden everywhere, but yet still very powerful. And you have a little backstory over there. Lovely? So now, Bhagwan Shankar is awake to the world. Time for the next step. The Devatas, of course, were happy. Bole Sri Umapati Mahadev ki Jai. Now, we can't just leave this story. So, let's just watch one key here. Now you ask, okay, Pandit Umesh, nice. What does this mean to me? That love always going to bite me? No. Kama means, yes, in this case love, but Kama means desire. Now, Kamdev had 5 arrows with him. He took out the 5 arrows, put them on the bow, and shot at Bhagwan Shankar. So imagine Punit Atma is Bhagwan Shankar and I am Kamdev, shooting 5 arrows, right? It brought Bhagwan Shankar out of his supreme state. What does that mean? In all of us devotees, we have this root problem. We've been studying the Gita. Our root problem, the root cause of all our problems in life is Kama, desire. Now follow me very carefully. Out of desire, we get 5 other things coming. So in Sanatan Dharma, put it together. Kam plus these other 5, there are 6 things. Right? They are called the 6 internal enemies. What are they? Kama, Krodhau, Lobha, Mohau, Mad, Matsarya. I'll tell you what they mean. Kam is desire. Krodh is anger. Lobha is greed. Mad, Matsarya, pride and jealousy. Okay? Now, I'm not going to throw a bunch of things at you. I'm going to show you how this works. Alright? So remember I said it all starts with Kam, desire. When you have a desire for something, what is the outcome of that? Suppose I have the desire to eat doubles, my favorite example. Okay? I want to eat doubles. What are the outcomes of that desire? Either I get doubles or I don't get doubles. You with me? Okay. So in life, when we have desires, you can either get what you want or not get what you want. Not so? Let's follow these 2 options. When you get what you want, you get 1 doubles, but you can't just eat 1. You want to eat 2, then 3, then I eat 10. Calm desire, when you get what you want, what does it lead to? Greed. Greed. And when you're greedy and you get more and more and more, and you accumulate a whole set of things, what does that lead to? Pride. I have all of this. I have everything for me. It is mine. Understand? That is when you always get what you want. What's the flip side? When you want something, you didn't get it doubles. What happened to you? Anger. You get angry. A hungry man. You say a hungry man is an angry man or lady. Right? So anger. And then from anger, what do you get as well? Why Auntie Vindra get it doubles and I didn't get it doubles? You seen what happening? And both of them, from the pride and the jealousy, it leads to the last one, which is delusion. You start to get on like a stupidity. In other words, you want to go and rob people for doubles. You lose your sense of thinking. That is what we call delusion. This is the system, devotees, that we are all bound under, not so? Everything in your life up to now, until the day you die, it's going to be this. What you want, getting what you want, or not getting what you want. Put another way, getting what you want or losing what you have is the same thing. Not so? This is the cycle, devotees, the vicious cycle. This world is called samsara, a cycle, because of this. Understand? So this is the lesson from this katha. It is saying that desire is the root of all of our problems. So then what do we need to do? When Bhagwan Shankar opened his eyes and realized, look, desire is causing all of this trouble, what did he do? Burn the desire. Burn the desire. So we all heard that we should try to be desireless. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to be honest with yourself. Think in your own mind. Listen to the question very carefully. What do you want right now in life? Think about it carefully. We all want something. What your next plan is? Trying to raise your bank balance? You want a bigger house? You want another job? You want more children? You want less children? What you want? I like to say, tell me what you want and I'll tell you who you are. Now, the starting point to this, I'm not going to tell you be totally desireless, because that is very difficult at the start. This world, I've tried to say over and over again, would never bring you total fulfillment, but you don't believe me. I know you don't believe me. Each person has to realize this on his or her own. But start by this. If this is your list of desires, you know you'll have a, what do you call it, a bucket list? Right. Try to shorten the list a little bit. Say, do I really want this? Do I really need that? Or I still want to see, I want to touch, I want to hear, I want to feel. I want to have nice things. Only want, want, want. Why? Why you want? Because you think it's going to bring you some sort of happiness. You feel incomplete as you are. But try to shorten that list. Ask yourself these things all these years. You know, like a child with a toy. You see little children? You give them a little toy. They cry, oh, I want this, mommy. Buy this toy for me. I never want another toy again. No other toy. One day they play with it. Next day, push it in a corner. By third day, they forget it. And not children, all of us. When you're small, you wanted something so bad. Then what happened after time? All of us are big children devotees. It's just the things we want change. Now you want people, you want building, you want this, you want that. How many things you want, devotees? The question is, how many of you really want God? How many of you want something that you cannot lose? No. We want ephemeral things, things of the world. Believe you me, depressing, Debbie Downer, Umesh, come again. You're going to lose it all, devotees. Once you grab onto something, you're going to lose it. You know, my wife and I were watching, you remember the monks that walking through, the Buddhist monks? I love the Buddhist religion, the philosophies as well. Wonderful. The monk was giving a talk, right? Stop one day. He said, it's like this. You grab onto something. Once you grab onto something, it's going to bring you pain. The fact that you pick up a bucket of water, what do you feel? Weight. You grab onto somebody. You grab onto something. It is a burden to you. Yes, it can bring you some fleeting happiness, but it's also a burden. How do you get rid of burdens? How do you drop a weight? Just let go. Let go of it. You understand? So the lesson here in this story, devotees, is remember, Kamdev. The root of all of our problems lies in desire. Desires lead to problems. Things being fulfilled or unfulfilled, and so you get pride, jealousy, all these other things. You can't say not get angry, not get angry. I'm telling you how. Everybody will tell you don't get angry. I am telling you how. Check your desires. Make them realistic, make them shorter, and eventually reduce them to zero. But there is only one desire that doesn't count as a desire. What is that desire? Desire for God. Desire for spirituality. When I say desire for God, I mean however you want to put it. Self-realization, spirituality, nirvana, God, whatever. But that is the only thing that could count as a real desire. Good? Everybody with me? Okay, good. Let us glorify Bhagwan Shankar. Time check, 10:32. We're doing well. Anybody sleeping yet? Sleep check. Before, in long time in Gyanipak, we used to go for the whole night, Jagran. Imagine if you have to wake whole night. Well, 3 o'clock in the morning was the prime time because everybody leaning up on each other and dribbling, playing Majira and taking everything off time. People struggling to keep awake. But we just go until midnight here, so it shouldn't be too bad, right? You have to try, devotees. You see the same energy and enthusiasm you have if you're going to do something you like? This should be something you like. You should have that enthusiasm. Feel light, feel happy. If you're here and you're feeling down and sleepy, you're not doing it right. Okay? All right. Let's glorify Bhagwan Shankar again, and then we will listen to what happened next after Bhagwan Shankar woke up. Har 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 Mahadeva, Har Har Har.
हर 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 महादेव हर 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 महादेव
शिव शंकर आदिदेव शिव शंकर आदिदेव हर 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 महादेव हर हर
हर महादेव
परमेश्वर अखिलेश्वर
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 तांडव प्रिय शशि शेखर तांडव प्रिय शशि शेखर हर 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 महादेव हर हर
हर महादेव
विश्वधार विश्वनाथ
विश्वधार विश्वनाथ
विश्वधार विश्वनाथ
विश्वधार विश्वनाथ
गंगाधर दीननाथ गंगाधर दीननाथ हर 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 महादेव हर हर
हर महादेव
जटाजूट चंद्रधारी
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 दीनन के हितकारी दीनन के हितकारी हर 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 महादेव हर हर
हर महादेव
गौरीपति नंदीश्वर
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 शैलेश्वर जगदीश्वर शैलेश्वर जगदीश्वर हर 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 महादेव हर 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 महादेव शिव शंकर आदिदेव शिव शंकर आदिदेव हर 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 महादेव Hare 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 Mahadeva, Hare 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 Mahadeva, Hare 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 Mahadeva, Mahadeva, Mahadeva. Okay, devotees, so we move on. Now, Bhagwan Shankar, of course, now awake, the Devatas came to him and said, "O Lord, you promised that you would get married to Parvati Devi, your consort, the Divine Mother." Bhagwan Shankar said, "Yes, of course." And so, devotees, preparations for wedding began. All arrangements were made. And since then, all Hindus and Indians are obsessed with weddings. Right? Big wedding, all kind of thing. Now, big dance and whatnot. The Indians bring out everything for wedding, not so? Right, big show between families and whatnot. So, everybody started to get their vehicles and whatnot ready. In Trinidad, they started to get all their BMW and their, I don't know, what kind of car they have now? Mercedes and thing, Prado and thing ready, right? So all of the gods, as it were, Brahma, Vishnu, again, Vayu, all of them, they got their vehicles ready. Lage savarana sakala sura, bahana bibhida biman, hohi saguna mangala shubhaga, karahi absara gan. And so, with beautiful decorations, wonderful atmosphere all around, all of the celestial musicians doing good music. Not chutney, it didn't say chutney here. Nowhere said chutney. Just say nice, beautiful, wonderful music. Preparations were made for Bhagwan Shankar. So we all know how the wedding is, right? Of course, in modern times, we have shortened wedding. And I must say, I'm the shortened wedding specialist. I like wedding one day short, finish quick. But it's easy for the pandit now. But long time, you know how it is, the Dulaha, who is the bridegroom, used to have to travel across to the house of the Dulahin, who is the right. Do whatever and thing, pick up the bride and carry her back. Right? That was the long time system. So we have remnants of that today. So Bhagwan Shankar was doing the same thing. From Mount Kailas, everybody getting ready. They had to fix up the wedding animals, right? And prepare to head down the road to Parvati Devi's residence, the house of Himalaya. All right. So, everything nice. Now, Bhagwan Shankar, you all know that the Dulaha have to get ready, right? So I see these days Dulaha put in mehendi and thing. When I was getting married, I didn't put no mehendi and thing, but they put on earrings and they put on lipstick and all kind of stuff here, right? And a set of clothes. I didn't like it at all. But this is a little quick tip. The best advice I got from my wedding was take 2 Panadol before you leave. So take 2 Panadol, put on your puggree and thing, and go. You'll be all right for the day. I still get a headache though, eh? Now, Bhagwan Shankar's attendants, and I wouldn't tell you what they look like because they are pretty. Bhagwan Shankar's attendants began to dress their lord for this wedding. He had matted locks, and so they formed it into a nice crest, and they made a nice marriage crown for him. But not with gold or anything, It was made of snakes. Now, little children, if all you're frightened, all you close all your ears for this part, right? If you have nightmares and things. Of course, it always has meaning, but we will come to that in a bit. For now, a crown made of little snakes. He had serpents for his earrings. So serpents, little snakes, little baby snakes on the ears, snakes on the hands. Remember, Bhagwan Shankar is white in color. White, almost stark naked. Right? A yogi, a sage, so matted hair, snakes everywhere. And around his waist, lion skin. Right? Just a lion skin loincloth like. Shashilalat sundara sira ganga, nayanatini upabita bhujanga, garalakanta uranara siramala, asiva besha shivadhama kripala. On his forehead, the moon, and the Ganga flowing from his head. 3 eyes, 3 netra. For Janev, he had a snake. his throat blue, holding poison there. We know from the story. And about his neck, a necklace, a mala of what? Of, no, snake theme. Human skulls. Human skulls. Again, all of this is symbolic. Okay? So Bhagwan Shankar was dressed. And in his hand, the trident. Karatishul ara damaru biraja. Chale basahi. Chirahi bajahi baja. Dekhi shivahi. Suratriya musukahi. Baraleyak dulahini jaganahi. The trident in one hand, and on his white bull, Nandi, to the sound of all kind of music, loud noises, all of the female deities looked at him and said, this world has no bride worthy of such a bridegroom. Impressive, scary, but scary impressive. Bhagwan Shankar, dressed in his own way to get married. I should have come dressed like that for your wedding. Then I say, no, go back. No wedding today. Bhagwan Shankar devotees, beautifully dressed. So, this procession now left. It left and started to move now towards the house of Parvati Devi. So we all know how it is in the bride's house when they're waiting for the groom to come. Everybody waiting, they're checking their phone and thing, right? They're tracking them on the apps and thing. And when they reach nearby, people start to hear noise. From the time they hear noise, all the little children run out, and everybody peeking around. They say, oh, they come in. And everybody start to hustle and bustle, move around the place, right? So, Nagara Nikata Bharat Sunyai Pura Karabharu Shobha Adhikai Kari Banavasaji Bahana Nana Chale Lena Sadara Agavana. When the news came that this procession of Bhagwan Shankar was close by, everything in the city started to stir. Remember, it was a mountain city, right? Parvati Devi there, Himalaya the leader. So everybody buzzing around. They started to decorate themselves and with a 10-dimensional hairstyle, and everybody go do the nails and all of that. I'm watching all it because I know I like that kind of thing. Right? So everybody they didn't have fake nails then, they used the real one. So everybody dress up and thing then, and beautiful. They saw, all these various carriages coming. So here the trick here now. What they did is Brahma, Vishnu, all of these, Bhagwan Vishnu said to be very good looking. Right? Very like Meena. All right, not like me. He have hair and thing, right? But well good looking. So Vishnu Bhagwan in front with his, retinue, his part. They say, send them first. Lord Shiva will come afterward. They do this for spite, So they come up front and everybody was, oh my, look how beautiful, look how handsome. If Lord Vishnu is so handsome, imagine how beautiful and handsome, how wonderful Lord Shiva is. Just imagine, we can't wait for the groom. And so they rejoiced, they started to dance and whatnot. But then, devotees, coming behind everybody, they saw this big white bull. And on top this bull, Bhagwan Shankar with snakes all over, ashes, special ashes for the day, loin cloth, right? Feel he looking real nice, riding on the bull coming, and with all of his attendants. When all of them saw Bhagwan Shankar's part of the procession, you see everybody run out. All the little children run in front, they freeze. They say, what is this? And then they start to back. Everybody backtrack. All of them backtrack and run back inside. Scared of Bhagwan Shankar and his retinue. Scared. Now, there were some older ones around. They said to the children and those who were scared, listen, stay where you are. Give it a little chance to play out. Let's wait and see. Don't run away as yet. Don't be afraid. Let's see what will play out here. And so, a few of them remain. Just a few remain to watch. But still, those scared ones, they ran away home. And then, the ones that went home, you know what they said? Kahiya kaha kehi jaina bata, jamakar dhara kidhom baryata, baru baraha Basaha Asavara, Byala Kapala, Vibhushanachara. You know what they said? So imagine little children telling their parents back in their house. What can we say? This is craziness. I'm putting it in Trini for all you so you understand. Right? This is craziness. We don't know if this is a bridegroom or if this is the army of death, the god of death coming. Scary. This bridegroom, he's like a madman. He's riding a bull. He has serpents and skulls and ashes all over him as ornaments. He's naked. He has, almost naked now, he has matted hair on top. Scary, dreadful to look at. And you know what? Who is accompanying him? Now, I didn't describe it before. So the little children only can close all ears if you get frightened, right? With him, you have ghosts, spirit, goblins, witches, demons. Scary kind of people now. Real weird kind of. You also Monsters Inc. What are some of the other monster movies that we have? Like Hotel Transylvania and thing. Right. That is what you have to imagine. Weird kind of creatures that are with Bhagwan Shankar. So they said, you know, whoever sees this and survives must be very virtuous because no sane person could look at this and survive. But the parents, devotees, the elder ones, those who knew, they smiled. For you know what? They knew it was this, you know, procession of Bhagwan Shankar. And they said to them in these words, you know, smilingly they said, Samujhi Mahesh Samaj Sabha Janani Janaka Musukai Bala Bhujai Bibidha Bidhi Nidara Hoi Darunahi. They said, do not be afraid, little ones. Do not be afraid, children. There's absolutely nothing to fear. There's absolutely nothing to fear at all. And so devotees, a few of them stood their ground there and they looked at this procession of Bhagwan Shankar coming in. Now devotees, scary, it sounds scary, doesn't it? Now this reminds me of a wonderful composition that we're going to do a sub-story inside of a story. Bhagwan Shankar, how he is. So, you know that around Bhagwa time, Holi, we play with various colors and whatnot, right? We know what Abir is. Bhagwa coming up, not so? Right. So we know we talk about Radha and Krishna and whatnot. Bhagwan Shankar, going off this description over here, listen to how he plays Bhagwa, how he plays Holi in this wonderful composition. खेले मसाने में होरी दिगंबर खेले मसाने में होरी. Where does he play Bhagwa? खेले मसाने में होरी. Shmasan, the cremation ground. You heard that correct. Bhagwan Shankar plays Holi in the cremation ground. Why? Why would he do that? Deeply symbolic, devotees. Let us listen. खेले मसाने में होरी दिगंबर खेले मसाने में होरी. भूत पिशाच बतोरी दिगंबर खेले मसाने में होरी. हो खेले मसाने में होरी दिगंबर खेले मसाने में होरी. लखी सुंदर फागुनी छटा के, लखी सुंदर फागुनी छटा के, मन से रंग गुलाल हटा के, मन से रंग गुलाल हटा के. चिता भस्म भरी झोली, हाँ चिता भस्म भरी झोली दिगंबर खेले मसाने में होरी. हो खेले मसाने में होरी दिगंबर खेले मसाने में होरी. Devotees, Bhagwan Shankar is playing Bhagwa, Holi, in the cremation ground. Bhoot Pisach Batori. Around him, you have Bhoot, Pisach. These are what we call ghosts, goblins, what everybody afraid of, they all surrounding Bhagwan Shankar, observing him in ecstasy, playing holy Bhagwa. And in that beautiful springtime air, what does he use? He does not use abir or colored powder. You know what he uses? He uses ashes. Ashes. Which ashes? Of dead people. Ashes of all of the burnt bodies all around in the cremation ground. How strange, devotees, how strange. The poet says, Gopana Gopi Shamana Radha, Gopana Gopi Shamana Radha. You know, around Bhagwa time we talk about Radha Sham, Sri Krishna playing Bhagwa with Radha. None of that. None of that here at all. Gopana Gopi Shamana Radha. No Gopi Sham Radha, nothing. Gopana Gopi Shamana Radha. Na koi rok, na kono badha. Na sajan na gori. हाँ ना साजन ना गोरी दिगंबर खेले मसाने में होरी खेले मसाने में होरी दिगंबर खेले मसाने में होरी What is he doing, devotees? नाचत गावत डमरूधारी नाचत गावत डमरूधारी चोरे सर्प गरल पिछकारी चोरे सर्प गरल पिछकारी पीते प्रेत थपोरी हाँ पीते प्रेत थपोरी दिगंबर खेले मसाने में होरी ओ खेले मसाने में होरी दिगंबर खेले मसाने में होरी Lord Shiva devotees is dancing in ecstasy on the cremation ground. So you know during Bhagwa time, what do we use to spray abir? You know the pichkari? Water pump, abir pump? Guess what Bhagwan Shankar is using? Not a water pump. He has a poor little snake. And this little snake, he pulled the snake so, and the snake will shoot poison out the other end. That is the abir, shooting poison out the end of the snake. Bhagwan Shankar dancing in ecstasy, devotees. What happened next? हाँ भूतनाथ की मंगल होरी भूतनाथ की मंगल होरी देख सिहाय बिरज की चोरी देख सिहाय बिरज की चोरी धन धन नाथ घोरी हाँ धन धन नाथ घोरी दिगंबर खेले मसाने में होरी ओ खेले मसाने में होरी दिगंबर खेले मसाने में होरी भूत पिशाच बतोरी दिगंबर खेले मसाने में होरी खेले मसाने में होरी दिगंबर खेले मसाने में होरी भूत पिशाच बटोरी दिगंबर खेले मसाने में होरी Devotees, Bhutanath ki Mangal Hori, the auspicious Bhagwa Holi of Bhagwan Shankar, dancing in this way. You think the Braj, the maidens of Sri Krishna, the Gopan Gwal, they could fathom this, they could understand? Can't understand this at all. Dhan Dhan Natha Aghori. All praises to that Supreme Lord, the Lord of Aghoris. Digambar, naked, Digambar. Khele Masane Me Hori. What does this mean, devotees? What does this mean? You see, devotees, Bhagwan Shankar, this dress. Let's go back to this story here. You see this ghost and goblin and whatnot? They mean something. Not for people who have bad belief that feel it have a spirit living next door, a spirit living in the car that keep making it shut down, and all this kind of nonsense. All right? I would say, even if these things are true, very, very rare. Most of the time is your own mind or some cause. Okay? So what is this really? What are we referring to? Is it really spirit and whatnot around Lord Shiva? Is that what we're trying to say? No, 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 devotees. No, no, no. So, what does it mean? Bhoot. What is the meaning of bhoot? Bhoot is not really spirit. Bhoot is the I am the body idea. This is bhoot. I am Umesh. You are Atma. You are Arti. You are Vaishnavi. You feeling that you are the body, that is the spirit, the bhoot. Pret. A pret is a hungry ghost. You know what's the hungry ghost? We all hungry. I hope you're not hungry, But we all hungry for what? I said it before. All of these desires, the things that you hunger after in life. You could be all, rickety, moving on a 7th husband, or 10th wife, right? No satiation of desires. You're looking for more, Cool it now, cool it a little bit. 2, 3 wasn't enough, right? No, devotees. This desire for more, the pret, the hungry ghost inside all of us. Pisach. A pisach is an ogre. Think Shrek, right? So the ogre, pisach. What is the pisach? Pisach is all the fear you have inside. What you're afraid of? Oh God, a big long list. Everybody afraid of everything now. Not so? Environmental disasters. You're afraid of other people. You're afraid of the government. You're afraid of yourself. Yeah, go watch it in mirror. You get frightened. We're afraid of everything. Fear, devotees. You see fear from these things? So look at the katha now. You see Bhagwan Shankar coming. All of us here, you have something that you are afraid of that you have to face up to. Before you make that breakthrough, before you are spiritually mature and stand your ground, what we do is we run away. You don't come temple because I don't like how them talk to me. You're fearful because you're weak. It's spiritually immature. You understand? These fears that we have inside, they keep us back. They keep us back spiritually. So I don't know what fear you have in you, what is keeping you back right now. But do your dharma without fear, without favor. Let God be your only support. Not so? So this, you saw those who stood there and saw Bhagwan Shankar, only fearful thing, but said, you know what? Wait. Let us see what would happen. They benefited from seeing the wedding of Shiva and Parvati. It's an internal process. They saw that spiritual development in them. But everybody who ran away, what happened to them? They didn't see Jack squat. Jack wasn't there squatting, but they didn't see Jack squat. You understand? The point I'm trying to make. So don't give up on the spiritual path. Don't run away because these little trivial fears you have. A little thing happened there, a little thing happened there. You see somebody in come temple for 6 months. What happened, You say, well, the car working too good. What, me can't get a job with somebody? It's excuses we make, devotees, not to do the most important thing. But to go out on lime, go cinema, go take a drink, easy to go and do that. You will inconvenience yourself to do that. But a slight inconvenience just to come to temple, no. That's the last thing on your mind. You see how we are? Everybody operating upside down. Yet still we want to know why you will going like that. Yeah? So, this story, devotees, this wonderful incident, Bhagwan Shankar, is about getting rid of this fear. And why the cremation ground? Why the ashes? Sorry to do Debbie Downer again, but we all here. Anybody getting out of this world alive? Think carefully for me. Anybody getting out of this world alive? They'll try if all they don't want to hear. This is a mature thing now. So you can close your ears if you want. But every single person here, once you are born, you must. A stick has 2 ends. We always hear this. But you know what? We don't think like that at all. We think we're going to live forever. The neighbor there, sorry for heat. Let me go try to win the lotto. You're trying for more. The big problem, devotees, is we all feel we have time. We all feel we have time. You don't have time. Here, like in a little train station, you come and stop off. Why try to build a big castle in a train station? You're here just visiting and passing through. Bhagwan Shankar in the cremation ground symbolizes this. So, the ash devotees, this is why we put ashes on your forehead. There is nothing that you could reduce further than ash. It is irreducible. It is your true nature, what you truly are. This body mind that you have is going to go one day. You don't own it. You borrow it for a little while. But no. What we all like, it's called immortality projects. Immortality projects. You're tracking all your health vitals. You want to get healthy. You want to look nice. You go and get Botox in your face and somewhere else too. Everybody want Botox shot. Not so? You want everything that falls down to push up. And what up you want to pull it down? Everybody. You're wasting your life behind nonsense. Total nonsense. And at the end of the day, you know what the sad part is? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I could wear this skirt at the Come Temple every single week and nobody know. I won't do that. I try to be clean. But everybody worrying how to look in or whatever, nobody in this world paying attention to you. Nobody. The only person in this whole world paying attention to you is you. Self-obsessed people we all are. I want you to think, devotees. You see, Bhagwan Shankar is like this. I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear, what you like to hear, you know. Our job is to tell you what you should hear, what you need to hear, to get out of this little rut that you're in and wake up. You have to wake up. Enlightenment means waking up. Waking up from what? Not sleeping. This world is like a dream. You have to wake up from it. Realize what it is. Okay? So that's the second point. Let me try to wrap it up now. Let me come to the actual wedding part now. So those who saw that side, devotees, saw through all of this crazy business and saw the essence of it, the beauty, Bhagwan Shankar, Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. I'm sure everybody here, you know somebody named Sundar. Now, Sundar means beautiful. Think about the Sundar you know in your mind and ask yourself, is really Sundar? I know plenty Sundar that are not Sundar. But Shivaji is true Sundar. You see, you're looking at the form and you're laughing. If you take what I'm saying, which Sundar are we talking about? Inside the personality, the spirituality of that person. That is Sundar. Okay? All right, devotees. So, briefly now, what happened? Bhagwan Shankar came there and it is said an incident happened. So now the mother-in-law, the mother of Parvati, Meena, she, you know how wedding is, they come out, they dress up nice, right? The mother of the home, of course, has to dress up very nicely. The best sari she had, right? From the best tailors. So she put on the sari and everything. Let's give it a color. It was red and white, right? Looked like Flavor, right? That's a Trinidad joke. She dressed up nice and accompanying ladies, all them come out and whatnot. From the time she hit the door and she see what that son-in-law looked like, she backtracked one time. She said, no way in hell. But she didn't say that in those words, but I seen it like that. No way in hell. You hear that, girls? When your parents see who you have to get married, you have to approve, you know. Otherwise, no way in hell. Otherwise, you can go hell and get married if you want. Okay? She said, what craziness? This is a madman. Think like you seen a vagrant coming. I mean, to be honest with you, some daughters bring home things looking worse than vagrant. We know that, right? And hard to tell what days. Anyway, but Lord Shiva looking like, you know, like a madman. But true yogi is not the outward appearance that matters. She went inside and started to cry. Again, think Bollywood again. No way I'm going to get my daughter married to this madman. I will take Parvati and jump off this mountain. Yeah, she said that. I will jump off this mountain. I'll quicker do that than get her married to this madman. Problem again, problem. You feel modern day wedding have problem? Had problem since then, you know. We had to overcome the problem, right? By the way, you know who's the biggest problem in wedding? The close family, you know. Everybody else want to plan your wedding except you. All you know, I didn't say all your wedding was so, you know, but all you know how it is. I know how it is. Everybody want to do this and that and the other. Another tip, I would say now, you know what, do small wedding, take the money and give it to run. Right? Okay. So, we had to have an intervention. So again, Narad Muni came and they talked to her and explained that this Parvati is no ordinary child. This Parvati is the divine mother. Sati, come back. She has to get married to Bhagwan Shankar. This has been the plan all along. And so devotees, they made her see the light, in short. And so seeing the light with a renewed love now for Bhagwan Shankar, she didn't see the outside. She saw him for what he was, the supreme, seeing the truth. And of course, she agreed now, wedding will take place. And so she welcomed Bhagwan Shankar there. And then devotees, the wedding proceeded. Various things happened, but what I will do, I will just summarize the actual wedding part. So what happened? Tulsidas says in his writing, Muni Anusana Ganapati Pujeyu Shambhu Bhavani Kosuni Samsaya Kari Janisura Anadi Jia Jani. First, of course, a wonderful mandap was set up. Wedding arrangements now, right? Nice throne and whatnot for the bride and bridegroom. And then, of course, everybody was around together with all of the gurus, family. And then, at the instruction of the sages, Bhagwan Shankar and Bhavani, Parvati Devi, they both worshipped, first of all, Ganesh Bhagwan. Now you might say, Baba, hold up. And Ganesh is Shiva and Parvati's son. So how they worship Ganesh first now? You remember what I told you at the start? At the start, that's a nonsensical question. That's not the point, right? Ganesh, form of the Supreme. These are characters here acting out a role. But the important point is, at the start, we always worship Ganesh, right? He is the remover of obstacles and also the putter of obstacles. But he helps us overcome these obstacles. How? He's not like a towing company to come and tow away obstacles. What he will do? Inspire you to the right action. Okay? So they worship Gajanan Swami, and don't be confused about this, Tulsidas is saying. All of these forms, these entities, all supreme, existed since the beginning of time. And then the marriage ceremony was performed now according to all Vedic rites. Then Bhagwan Shankar taking Parvati Devi by her hand. Of course, you know how it is. They went round the fire and whatnot, and they gave their word, consented to each other. Bhagwan Shankar and Parvati Devi committed to be each other's consort till. When Bhagwan Shankar took Parvati's hands and they faced the audience, it is said all of the gods rejoiced. All of the devatas around, they rejoiced. And Vedic chants were heard around. Everyone around said, Jaya 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 Shankara Sura Karahi. Glories be to Shankar Bhagwan, to Parvati Devi. It said music started to play all around and flowers fell from the sky in showers. This was a beautiful wedding, the coming together of Shiva, the Supreme Lord, and Parvati, divine energy, the divine mother. And so devotees, Shiva and Parvati got married. They were married. And the day that they were married, it is said it is today, Shivarati day. Now who knows when this was, but the idea is that Shiva and Shakti come together on this night. Understand? They come together on this night. And so devotees, the wedding was concluded, and so Bhagwan Shankar took Parvati Devi on the wedding car, which was the bull, push up on the back of the bull. And so the bulls go like this, right? The bull didn't have shocks. So the bull was going side by side like that, and so they went back to Kailash Parbat, where they spent beautiful time together. And let me wrap up with one final chaupai here. It is said later on, Taba Janameyu Shatabadana Kumara Taraku Asuru Samarajehi Mara Agama Nigama Prasiddha Purana Sanamukha Janmu Sakala Jagajana. In time, there was born to them a son. Who is this son? Was it Ganesh? Yep. His name was Swami Kartikay. Swami Kartikay. Now, Bhagwan Shankar had this son Kartikay in order to destroy a demon whose name was Tarkasur. Tarkasur. And that is another katha. He destroyed him, but again deeply symbolic. When Shiva and Shakti come together inside each of us, we realize who we are, true nature. We give rise to Swami Kartikay as a son, Tarkasur. Not Tarkasur, the Bharatiya son. Swami Kartikay, who will destroy Tarkasur. So inside these 6 represent the 6 forms of wealth: Shat Sampat, control of mind, control of senses, ability to withdraw and forbear, faith, and Samadhan, self-centeredness, or let's say contentment. These qualities develop within us, and so we could destroy this demon that we have inside, Tarkasur. Technically, it's called the illuminator of duality, which is a big term that means your identification with your body. I no longer know that I am not Umesh, just body-mind. I am one with Shiva. Chidananda Rupaha, Shivoham, Shivoham. And so, devotees, this is the wonderful katha of how Bhagwan Shankar got married to Parvati Devi. Bole Sri Umapati Mahadev ki Jai. Let's now glorify Bhagwan Shankar and Swami Kartikeya. Listen to the words carefully. We join together. Bhavai Namah Om Haraye Namah Bhavai Namah Om Haraye Namah Shivaya Namah Om Namah Shivaya
Bhavai Namah Om Haraye Namah Bhavai Namah Om Haraye Namah Shivaya Namah Om Namah Shivaya
Bhavai Namah Om Haraye Namah Shivaya Namah Om Namah Shivaya
Bhavai Namah Om Haraye Namah Shivaya Namah Om Namah Shivaya
Om Shiva 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 Namah Shivaya
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 Om Shiva 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 Namah Shivaya
Shiva 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 Namah Shivaya
Hara 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 Namah Shivaya
Oh Jaya 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 Namah Shivaya
Jaya 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 Namah Shivaya
Om Jaya 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 Namah Shivaya
Jaya 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 Namah Shivaya
Hara 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 Namah Shivaya
Hara 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 Namah Shivaya
Oh Shiva 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 Namah Shivaya
Shiva 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 Namah Shivaya
Bhavaya Namah Om Haraye Namah
Bhavai Namah Om Haraye Namah
Shivaya Namah Om Namah Shivaya
Shivai Namah Om Namah Shivaya
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 O Subramanyam Subramanyam Sanmukhanatha Subramanyam
Subramanyam Subramanyam Sanmukhanatha Subramanyam
O Subramanyam Subramanyam Sanmukhanatha Subramanyam
Subramanyam Subramanyam Sanmukhanatha Subramanyam
Subramanyam Subramanyam Shambhunatha Subramanyam
Subramanyam Subramanyam Shambhunatha Subramanyam
O Subramanyam Subramanyam Shambhunatha Subramanyam
Subramanyam Subramanyam Shambhunatha Subramanyam
O Shiva 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 Subramanyam Har 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 Subramanyam
Shiva 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 Subramanyam Har 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 Subramanyam
Shiva 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 Subramanyam Har 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 Subramanyam
Shiva 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 Subramanyam Har 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 Subramanyam
O Subramanyam Subramanyam Shambhunatha Subramanyam
Subramanyam Subramanyam Shambhunatha Subramanyam
O Subramanyam Subramanyam Sanmukhanatha Subramanyam
Subramanyam Subramanyam Sanmukhanatha Subramanyam
O Subramanyam Subramanyam Shambhunatha Subramanyam
Subramanyam Subramanyam Sanmukhanatha Subramanyam
O Sanmukhanatha Subramanyam
Sanmukhanatha Subramanyam
O Shambhunatha Subramanyam
Shambhunatha Subramanyam
O Sanmukhanatha Subramanyam
Sanmukhanatha Subramanyam
O Shambhunatha Subramanyam
Shambhunatha Subramanyam
Devotees, this is now 11:16. We glorify Bhagwan Shankar for a few moments more. Then we will have our final Havan. We will proceed to do our arati. When the arati is done, that should take us to near midnight. At that point, we'll offer special pratna to Bhagwan Shankar, and then we would do our closing prayer and offering on the Shivlingam. Okay? Let us now reflect on a wonderful incident of Bhagwan Shankar. I personally love this one. So, we've been doing Bhagavad Gita, talking about Prabhu Sri Krishna. This is a wonderful incident in song that I learned from my father. It speaks to Bhagwan Shankar visiting Bhagwan Sri Krishna when he was born, a little baby. So imagine in the village there, you had Yashoda Maya, and she just had, as it were, this little baby boy, Sri Krishna. One day, someone came knocking. Who is this someone? O dekho re ek bala jogi, dwar mere aayo re. Dekho re ek bala jogi. A yogi came to visit Bhagwan Sri Krishna. How strange. This almost naked yogi, white in color, ashes all over, matted locks, coming to visit a little baby? How strange, how weird. Dekho re ek bala jogi, dwar mere aayo re. Dekho re ek bala jogi, dwar mere aayo re. Dekho re ek bala jogi. माधेवा के तिलक चंद्रमा, माधेवा के तिलक चंद्रमा, जोगी जटा बढ़ायो रे, हो जोगी जटा बढ़ायो रे. देखो रे एक बाला जोगी, द्वार मेरे आयो रे. देखो रे एक बाला जोगी. पीतांबर बाघंबर ओढ़े, पीतांबर बाघंबर ओढ़े, शेष नाग लपतायो रे, हो शेष नाग लपतायो रे. देखो रे एक बाला जोगी. ले भिक्षा निकसे नंद रानी, ले भिक्षा, हाँ ले भिक्षा निकसे नंद रानी. मोतियन थार बढ़ायो रे, हो मोतियन थार बढ़ायो रे. हो देखो रे एक बाला जोगी, द्वार मेरे आयो रे. देखो रे. Devotees, to the door came this yogi asking for alms. Bhiksha dehi, give alms to me, give alms to me. Le bhiksha nikase nandarani. You know, devotees, the sages, they go around begging for alms, monks, ascetics. And so this particular ascetic came to the door of Yashoda Maya asking for something. Give me alms, give me alms. What did he want, devotees? Who was this strange yogi? ले भिक्षा जोगी जावा सन को, ले भिक्षा, ले भिक्षा जोगी जावा सन को. मेरे गोपाल दरायो रे, मेरे गोपाल दरायो रे. ओ देखो रे एक बाला जोगी, द्वार मेरे आयो रे. ओ देखो रे एक बाला जोगी. ना चाहिए, हाँ ना चाहिए तेरी दुनिया दौलत, ना चाहिए, ना चाहिए तेरी दुनिया दौलत. ना चाहिए तेरी माया रे, होना चाहिए तेरी माया रे। वो देखो रे एक बाला जोगी द्वार मेरे आयो रे, देखो रे. Devotees, Mata Yashoda was preparing to give some alms to this yogi. What do yogis want? Little grains here and there, something to eat. She prepared that, came out to give it to the yogi. What this yogi said, no, 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 no. This is not what I have come for. I do not want your alms. Take it back. Take this back. I do not want your Maya, these material things. This is not what I have come for. I have not come for this. I have come for something else. What did he want, devotees? What did Bhagwan Shankar want? ले बालक निक से नंद रानी हो, ले बालक, हाँ ले बालक निक से नंद रानी, दर्शन की जोगी आओ रे, हो दर्शन की जोगी आओ रे, हो देखो रे एक बाला जोगी द्वार मेरे आयो रे, देखो रे एक बाला जोगी. पांच बार परिक्रमा करके, पांच बार परिक्रमा करके श्रृंगी नाद बजायो रे, हो श्रृंगी नाद बजायो रे, देखो रे एक बाला जोगी द्वार मेरे आयो रे, देखो रे एक बाला जोगी द्वार मेरे आयो रे. What did he want, devotees? Bhagwan Shankar wanted to see that little baby see Krishna. We all like little babies, not so? Every little baby is so nice and cute. You want to hold them and pull the cheeks and whatnot. And sometimes make them cry a little bit. Okay, no, you don't want to do that, right? Give them a little pinch, you know, so beautiful. Bhagwan Shankar wanted to see this little baby, baby Krishna. And so Yashoda Maya wrap up the baby, because you know sometimes you're afraid, right? You don't want to try to get any flu on thing. So she wrapped up the little baby, brought it like this, just opened the face a little bit, and Bhagwan Shankar got a little peek. That is all he wanted, devotees. All he wanted. Darshan ki jogi aure. He got his darshan. And so, panch bar parikarma karake. He went around, circumambulation. He went around 5 times. And then, Sringi Naad Bajayore. Dancing in ecstasy. Bhagwan Shankar, devotees, returned to his abode in Kailash Parvat, getting the darshan of Sri Krishna. What does this represent, devotees? Sri Krishna, the darshan of yourself, your true self. Or, if you are bhakt, fine, darshan of that Supreme Lord. But something. If you come here tonight and you go back home feeling empty with nothing, devotees, then you haven't done it right. You haven't done it right. So beautiful, wonderful katha, devotees, the activities of Bhagwan Shankar. So, as we approach the end, let's glorify Bhagwan Shankar again finally before moving on to our final havan in dance form, in dancing form. You know, there are 2 kinds of dances that Lord Shiva does, No, it's not chutney and soka, not that. One is called the Tandav dance, that's the dance of destruction. And there's the Natana dance, which is the dance of creation. Once you have a start, you have an end. But he's the Lord of all creation, that one self, devotees, that we all exist in, through unto. There's nothing else but Shiva. Nothing else but Shiva. Dance, Dimika Dimika Damaru. Bhagwan Shankar plays the. Maybe another time I'll give you the symbolism of the Damaru, how deep that is, what it represents. But for now, put your full effort, devotees. We're almost to the end. Concentrate on Bhagwan Shankar. Oh, dimika dimika dim damaru baje, prema magan nachat bhola.
Dimika dimika dim damaru baje, prema magan nachat bhola.
प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला, प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला, प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला, प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला, ओ बम भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला,
बम भोला शिव बम भोला।
श्रृंगी नाद बजावत गावत लत करही बदली झोला, सिंगी नाद बजावत गावत लत करही बदली झोला, ओ बम भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला,
बम भोला शिव बम भोला।
नाग फनन सो करत आरती, देव देव गतियन मोला, नाग फनन सो करत आरती, देव देव गतियन मोला, ओ बम भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला,
बम भोला शिव बम भोला।
भालचंद्र सिर गंगा लहरे, हाथ हलिए भांग की गोला, भालचंद्र सिर गंगा लहरे, हाथ हलिए भांग की गोला, हो बम भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला,
बम भोला शिव बम भोला।
हो बम भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला, ओ बम भोला शिव बम भोला, ओ बम भोला शिव बम भोला। बोले श्री उमापति महादेव की जय। We will now join Pandit Atma in our final havan.
ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री गौरी माता स्वाहा। ओम श्री पृथ्वी माता स्वाहा। ओम श्री पंचोपादेवाय स्वाहा। ओम ह्रीं श्रीं चनिकाय नमः स्वाहा। ओम क्रीं काल्याय नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री सिद्धेश्वरी महालक्ष्मी माताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्रीं ह्रीं सरस्वत्यै स्वाहा। ओम श्री नवदुर्गा माताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री स्वाहा माताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम नमः शिवाय स्वाहा। ओम नमो भगवते नारायण स्वाहा। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री सीतारामचंद्राय नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री हनुमंताय नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री आदित्य देवाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री चंद्रदेवाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री मंगल देवाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री बुध देवाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री बृहस्पति देवाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री शुक्र देवाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री शनि देवाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री राहुवे नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री केतवे नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री इष्टदेवाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री कुलदेवाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री अस्तान देवाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री वस्तुदेवाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री सर्वदेवता सर्वदेवीभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री अनंत सूपाय ब्रह्मणे नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री गुरुवेभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा। Please all stand. ओम नमः शंभवाय च मयोभवाय च नमः शंकराय च महेश्वराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम पूर्णमिदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम सर्वं वै पूर्णम स्वाहा। बोले श्री भगवान शंकर की जय।
We now join together in our Arti devotees. Remain standing where you are as the Srotas perform the Arti. जय शिव ओंकारा हर शिव ओंकारा
जय शिव ओंकारा हर शिव ओंकारा
ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव अर्धांगी धारा
ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव अर्धांगी धारा
जय शिव ओंकारा हर शिव ओंकारा
जय शिव ओंकारा हर शिव ओंकारा
एकानन चतुरानन पंचानन राजय हंसानन गरुरासन वृषवाहन साजय
ओम हर 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 महादेव ओम हर 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 महादेव
दो भुज चार चतुर्भुज दस भुज अति सोहै तीनों रूप निरखता त्रिभुवन जन मोहै
ओम हर 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 महादेव ओम हर 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 महादेव
अक्षमाल बनमाला रुंद माल धारी चंदन मृगमद चंदा भाली शुभकारी
ओम हर 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 महादेव ओम हर 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 महादेव
श्वेतांबर पीतांबर बाघंबर अंगे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादिक भूतादिक संगे
ओम हर 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 महादेव ओम हर 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 महादेव
कर के मध्य कमंडल चक्र त्रिशूधरता जग करता जग भरता जग संहार करता
ओम हर 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 महादेव ओम हर 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 महादेव
ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव जानत अविवेका प्रणव अक्षर मध्य ये तीनों एका
ओम हर 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 महादेव ओम हर 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 महादेव
त्रिगुण स्वामी जी की आरती जो कोई नर गावे कहत शिवानंद स्वामी सुख संपत्ति पावे
ओम हर 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 महादेव ओम हर 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 महादेव
हर
हर हर महादेव ओम हर 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 महादेव ओम हर 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 महादेव ओम हर हर महादेव
मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे
बोला 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 बोला
मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे मेरे बम 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 बम
मेरे बम बोले
काशी जी के विश्वनाथ नाथों के नाथ
काशी जी के विश्वनाथ नाथों के नाथ
हो काशी जी के विश्वनाथ नाथों के नाथ
काशी जी के विश्वनाथ नाथों के नाथ
काशी जी के विश्वनाथ नाथों के नाथ मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे
मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम बोले
कोई चढ़ावे पान फूल कोई चढ़ावे माला,
कोई चढ़ावे पान फूल कोई चढ़ावे माला,
ओ कोई चढ़ावे पान फूल कोई चढ़ावे माला,
कोई चढ़ावे पान फूल कोई चढ़ावे माला।
कोई मांग रहा है कोरी लेके बाला।
मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम बोले रे, मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम बोले रे। बोला 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 बोला, मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम बोले रे, मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम बोले रे।
अंधन को आँख देता कोढ़ी को काया,
अंधन को आँख देता कोरियन को काया,
अंधन को आँख देता कोढ़ी को काया,
अंधन को आँख देता कोरियन को काया।
बाजन को पुत्र देता निर्धन को माया।
मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम बोले रे, मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम बोले रे।
भोला 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 बोलो।
बोला 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 बोला
काशी जी के विश्वनाथ नाथों के नाथ, काशी जी के विश्वनाथ नाथों के नाथ, काशी जी के विश्वनाथ नाथों के नाथ। मेरे बम 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 बोले रे,
बोला
बम 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 मेरे बम बोले रे। भोला 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 भोला। मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे, मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे, मेरे बम 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 मेरे बम भोले रे। At this point, devotees, I'll ask you to take your seats. We are about 20 minutes to midnight. So, yeah, the children are settling in. But for us, we are getting there to that critical point, that critical juncture. So, what we will do now, I am going to chant various special compositions, stotras. You may or may not be able to follow me. But what I want you to do is not to waste a moment. So everything has been leading up to this. We're leading up to midnight, that critical juncture. So I want you to sit straight. Try to bring your full concentration again. Repeat in your mind, Om Namah Shivaya. Concentrate on either the Shivlingam, the form of Bhagwan Shankar, and you pray as best as you could till we get to the midnight hour. Once we are at that point, I will signal that, and then I will proceed to do our closing prayer. And then right after, you would come and offer your jal on the Shivlingam. Okay? So let's concentrate one last time, 110% on Bhagwan Shankar. Hari Om. Om Namah Shivaya. Ashutosha Shashankha Shekhar Chandramauli Chidambara. कोटि कोटि प्रणाम शंभु कोटि नमन दिगंबरा कोटि नमन दिगंबरा निर्विकार ओंकार अविनाशी तुम ही देवाधिदेव। जगत सर जग प्रलय करता शिवम सत्यम सुंदरा। शिवम सत्यम सुंदरा। निरंकार स्वरूप कालेश्वर महायोगीश्वरा। दयानिधि दानीश्वरा जय जटाधर अभयंकरा। जटाधर अभयंकरा। शूलपाणि त्रिशूलधारी औघरी बाघंबरी। जय महेश त्रिलोचनाया विश्वनाथ विशंभरा। हो विश्वनाथ विशंभरा। नाथ नागेश्वर हरो हर पाप शाप अभिशापतम। महादेव महान भोले सदा शिव शिव शंकरा। सदा शिव शिव शंकरा। जगतपति अनुरक्त भाकी सदैव तेरे चरण हो। क्षमा हो अपराध सब जय जय जयति जगदीश्वरा। जय जयति। जन्म जीवन जगत का संताप ताप मिटे सभी। ओम नमः शिवाय मन जपता रहे पंचाक्षरा। जपता रहे पंचाक्षरा। आशुतोष शशांक शेखर चंद्रमौळि चिदंबरा। कोटि कोटि प्रणाम शंभु कोटि नमन दिगंबरा। कोटि नमन दिगंबरा। कोटि नमन दिगंबरा। Continue to concentrate on Bhagwan Shankar devotees. प्रणमामि अनादि अखंड हर